You can see the plaque that we put here. Okay, Denise, we're just going about it a bit at the moment. So, ladies and gentlemen, we can see the graveside of the KSCSA inaugural Grand Night, and wife, of course, there. And I acknowledge the family of John Malone, and in particular Mr. Kim Davey. Kim was John's son, I'd say again grandson, and he is the custodian of this gravesite. Kim met with State Council in December. We actually did a bit of chasing up about where this, where the inaugural night was after doing a bit of research about who was the inaugural grand night. And Brian and I come looking one day and found it. And so we set about putting a plaque on it, and just luckily one of our members now on State Council, David Lloyd, who is also an undertaker, he, because this being heritage listed, it would have been pretty near impossible to do anything. But he had the contacts. The lease was about to run out and needed a 5-year extension as a minimum. And, we don't have that sort of money, but David was able to negotiate with the right people, and it didn't cost us a cent.
Yes.
So we're very grateful to Kim Davey as well. So he allowed us, we got Kim in for a meeting with State Council, with all members of the Centenary Committee and History Committee and that, and after some discussion he allowed us to do this, but then being heritage listed we had to get permission from the Cemetery Authority. So to do that we got David to talk to the cemeteries people who came, whom he knew, and they helped us out quite well there. So we know from our record the challenges Jack must have faced in starting the Knights of the Southern Cross in South Australia. Now, in early 2016, the State Council of the Knights in South Australia made the decision to research and write the history of our order. And we wanted this history completed to coincide with our centenary this year. So commenced a project in the research of the history of the order in South Australia by interviewing quite a number of those members who it was felt had a long-standing knowledge of KSC and SA. Many photographs were accessed by a very supportive branch member and his wife on our behalf, which you heard about last night, and historical minutes were reviewed and the relevant records noted so that an author could later use these to provide an account of the formation of the Knights in South Australia and our future history thereafter. More so in history, where's our author? He's here somewhere. There he is behind you, Paul Hawke. So he's written that history. And as I said, we started in 2016. What year did you?
2019.
Yeah, and he's written it in that time, so pretty good. So in examining the minutes of our history and the photos, it became apparent that we should seek to find the grave, which we did. Following some research, this proved fruitful, and we were able to locate the gravesite, contact next of kin, and acknowledge the pressures faced by Jack and his State Council in developing the order in South Australia. Their work resulted in keeping men of the Catholic faith together as a team through the objects of the order, and by assistance to members, their wives and children in many different forms. One of these areas of assistance, and the original reason for existence of the Knights, was to fight for a fair go for Catholic men. where work was not easy to obtain, particularly after World War I, and discrimination against Catholics was common. So we owe it to people like Jack, who through their work in the Knights did much to set up many various Catholic-related organisations, such as a discrimination committee, orphanages, training for those who needed this to extend their education in order to find work, and in later years the commencement of aged care centres. So when I look at the objects of the order today, which ask us to promote the advancement of Australia, to foster the Christian way of life throughout the nation, to promote the welfare of its members and their families, to encourage spiritual, social and intellectual activities amongst its members, and to conduct and support educational, charitable, religious and social welfare work. And having read now what Jack did in his day, you can see why those objects were formed. You'd have to wonder, say 100 years ago, well, why'd they do that? Well, we know because of what they were up against. And they remain relevant today. I believe, as Jack Malone observes from above today, he sees that his order is still going, and he would feel very satisfied with his work. So may Jack and Veronica continue to rest in peace. And thank you. So, if you want to, you're welcome to have a look around for 10 minutes there, particularly there, the bishops, archbishops, great.
There's two Loretto nuns, the two of my sisters.
Oh, wow.
One of them I painted all the lines on the tennis court for at Loretto years ago. I painted all the trash cans green.
Can I just ask how many people need to ride back to Glenelg after Okay, and you're all going to lunch, aren't you? Yes. I just wonder if we couldn't give those people a ride back. No. You're quite happy to wait on till after John, after lunch?
Yeah, can do.
Yeah. I mean, you're happy to do it? Yeah. Okay, fine.
Here lie the graves of the Archbishops of Adelaide.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I've lived here in Adelaide all my life. Never been here. Monday to Friday, you go for a drive out of the city. Saturday and Sunday, you got to pay normal. Yeah, you go the week.
That grave is so close to him, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Very interesting, which is obviously the sister that lives in Malone.
Yeah.
That's Phil Kelly.
This is the Catholic section of West Terrace Cemetary.